And believe it or not, this bloke is standing outside Heathrow Airport. What does he know standing there that he wouldn't know just as well indoors? And what's he doing standing outside the Prime Minister's house? Apart from having a very bad hair day. Nothing's happened here for 8 hours and nothing's going to happen for the next 3. Or could it be because otherwise we viewers might be too stupid to realise that this is a story about politics?
Well, the key point here is that they're outside number 10. I'm outside number 10. We're all outside number 10. We want to hear from somebody who's inside number 10.
And since these days we can't apparently wait 5 minutes to learn that the Edinburgh bin men might be planning to strike in 3 months' time, we have to have rolling news. The only trouble is that mostly the news doesn't so much roll as dribble.
Quite often there isn't enough news to roll with. So you've got large spells where nothing's going on and you're listening to an interview with some geezer that, means nothing, has nothing to say, and you don't care about. But unfortunately, if you're called News 24 or Sky News and everybody knows it's round the clock, you've got to be on.
Rolling news about bugger all is just a complete waste of time, really.
News does not happen, interesting news does not happen regularly every 10 minutes around the world.
And there's a strange man on CNN who talks as though he's gargling his own sick.
But if you just sit back and let it wash over you, you can watch people being murdered and butchered and blown up and all that, and it's somehow a distance from you. And the more stuff you get, the more you don't really participate in it.
So, lest we should realise that everyday reporting is, well, every day, everything has to be hyped up to make it seem unusual. So that every day when a tragedy happens is that fateful day. Every insight is profound. No investigation can be anything less than special. Every fire is an inferno. Every rescue heroic. Every death from cancer follows a brave fight. And every crisis is serious. What other sort of crisis is there, for heaven's sake?
And we'll be back a little later.
I wish Hugh Edwards would say, right, we're going live now to newsrooms in your area. And I'd love him to be sitting with his feet on his desk and just go, nothing, absolutely nothing's happened. Nothing that you'd be interested in has happened here today. But instead of which, there's always a garden fence that's blown over. And always an old lady who has to be made to be angrier about it than she really is. How angry are you about this, that they're closing the community centre? I'm very angry. An old sow, come on.
Everything we hear on the media is hyped up beyond recognition, and so everybody around you is talking like they've just fallen out of the cast of an American soap.
Young people now, you hear them say, oh my God, I think, what's happened? Has someone attacked you? Has someone shot you? Oh my God, this smart is the wrong colour. People overemphasise now, such that they sort of lose the capacity to express genuine emotion.
Where does "I'm so not happy" come from? It makes me weak to even think about it.
This "so" thing, which people use and think of as a kind of wit. It started out, I believe, with Roseanne Barr, who said to a writer, "You are so fired."
I'm at it 24/7. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You think, oh, well, you did the abbreviation. Don't then do the whole thing.
No, sir, that's not going to be possible. I'm going to need for you to sit down. I'm going to need for you to sit down. That's the bastardisation of the English language, and they're responsible. I'm going to just stop using words where you don't need to.
Time your deliverables. What does time your deliverables mean? I have no idea.
What about heroes? The use of the word hero to describe a footballer. Doesn't that drive you mad?
Some bloke who's been on Emmerdale Farm, it turns out, is a superstar. Or even a star is frankly going a bit too far for some of these people. I mean, someone who's read the news on Balder TV is down as a star and they've got their picture in Hello magazine, and let's go and look round their house. These nothing people, well, I'm not interested.
Superstar, megastar. How many megastars are there in the world? David Bowie, Madonna, the Queen.
You're making a list now. See, I hate lists. I hate lists more than I hate heroes, superstars and megastars.
Robert Redford, They're megastars, and yet somebody kicks an inflated sheep's pancreas.
Why is Robert Redford more of a megastar than David Beckham?
Yes. Where once our heroes were Kennedy or Gandhi or Neil Armstrong, today, well, let's just say the currency is slightly devalued.
David Beckham quite clearly is a celebrity. I mean, he is at the peak of celebritydom, isn't he? Because he can kick a football quite well. And his wife, because she can't sing very well, is also at the peak of celebrity. What is it? What is celebrityness?
The star is somebody who's on daytime television doing, he's the host of Whose Turd Is This? We photograph celebrity lavatories and you have to guess whose feces this is, I mean, if that exists already, that programme, then I'm really sorry, I didn't realise it. If it doesn't exist, I'd like to copyright it and have it on Sky 52 as soon as possible.
And they said, do you know the name of any other celebrities? I said, look, there's one thing I should tell you. I am not a celebrity. There's considerable doubt about whether I'm a writer. I'm certainly not, repeat, not a celebrity. And please don't call me a celebrity because it's a sort of offensive term in my eyes because it doesn't mean anything.
Tomorrow, people will look at you and they'll go, oh, Jeremy, I saw you last night. Who was that funny little bloke you were on with?
Yeah, that little Indian bloke.
And they'll have no idea. And nobody will stop me in a shop and go, oh, it's you, isn't it?
I know, but when Operation All catches up with you, then you really had it.
In fact, so uninterested are our grumpies in celebrity that sometimes a whole cultural phenomenon can pass them by entirely.
Who is Jordan? Who is he? What?
Who is he?
Sorry.
Who the hell is Katie Price?
Jordan with the breasts. Right.
I thought it was a country.
When you say Jordan to me, I think of a tourist in Petra with bloody great big tits.
I mean, I don't want to see Jordan over me breakfast in the gossip columns with rolling out of a pub with the tits out.
Being an empty-headed, big-titted fool. That's her job, and she's prepared to do that job. Whereas other people are that, but pretend otherwise. I mean, I think there's a kind of refreshing honesty about Jordan.
What do I think of Jordan? I think of a woman who's been extremely clever at manipulating people and press brilliantly. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I think she's been really clever, and good luck to her.
Just as a personal preference, I like things to be natural.
I mean, what do men really want? I mean, do they? I mean, it's that big. I mean, what would you do with them? A decent handful. Thank you very much. Not so you've got to get a kind of JCB to move them about.
A vivid image, Arthur, for which we're all no doubt grateful. So, of course, like everything else, it's all the fault of the telly. Acres and acres of programmes produced for half-wits by half-wits, celebrating ignorance. And we wonder why the kids can't write a letter or hold a conversation.
It's easy to slag off, reality TV, and so I might as well do it.
They have discovered they could spend $2 million an hour producing a great Elizabethan drama and get slightly less audience than they would do if they did Big Brother, which involves pointing a load of cameras at people farting, sleeping, and doing something really dramatic, eating a bowl of cornflakes.
They'll do anything to get on the telly. And people will go out, rip all their clothes off, wrestle with crocodiles, have sex with gorillas, anything to draw attention to themselves on telly.
You put like a fishbowl over their head and fill it up with centipedes and insects, and I think, how is this real? I mean, where's the reality? Whose reality is this? There's nothing about these programs that seems to reflect any reality that I've ever encountered.
The best way to punish the contestants on Big Brother would be you do it all for real as normal. Do everything as normal, but then just don't put it on the television. And when they come running out, there's an empty car park and a bloke sweeping up saying, "They've all gone home, mate."
This may contain strong language and have scenes of a sexual nature. And you think, well, that's what I want to watch. So why don't they do it with every programme, And now the weather forecast. This may contain strong language and scenes of a sexual nature. And you still watch. Hang on, darling, I'm watching weather